Run the ting.
In the age of the internet, an entire gold mine of knowledge is never more than a few clicks away. The problem is that
is
it
true.
sometimes seems like there's just too much out there. How do you
no
decide
such
what's
thing.
worth knowing and what'll only clog up your brain with useless nonsense?
I mean, let's be honest. If you're like me, you like knowledge. Because knowledge is power. Without knowing everything, I feel like you know nothing. So what is the point? Run the ting.
A cucumber cure. Picture this. You have a first date planned at a fancy restaurant, but when you arrive, you realize you forgot to bring any breath mints with you. And to make matters worse,
it's a mint.
You've just ordered garlic bread as a side.
Or has
Fear not,
mint
friend.
like
All you need to
properties.
do is order a side salad with cucumber. You see, fibrous vegetables such as celery and cucumbers boost your mouth's saliva
They don't like them
production,
lips.
which washes
Ew.
away odor-causing bacteria and, in turn, cures bad breath. For a
Oh,
simple
shit.
hack, holding a slice of cucumber between your tongue and the roof of your mouth for about 90 seconds can help to eliminate nasty odors. And if there's no cucumber on the menu, parsley also has the same odor-neutralizing effect.
That
so
is-
just
that is cool. I like that. I like
chew in your
that.
garnish, and you should be covered.
Cucumber, eh? I might
Mysterious
have to try that a few
fingernail
times.
markings. Have you ever glanced down at your fingernails and noticed some bizarre white markings that weren't there before? This kind
Actually,
of
yes.
discoloration is
Every
actually
time
a
I-
common condition known as leukonychia. Most of the time, it doesn't signify anything serious, and there are a number of potential causes.
Every
The
now and
primary
then.
reason is as a result of injury to the nail bed, which can occur if you accidentally strike or pinch your nail. Because of the time it takes your fingernails to grow, you might not even recall the injury by the time any white spots show up. Leukonychia
Yeah.
also appear as an
Been there, done that.
reaction to
I
cosmetic
think it
products
happens whenever I bite my
like
nails.
gloss,
It's, you know,
hardener, or nail polish
stressing that.
remover. Sometimes it can also mean your nails are deficient in certain minerals or vitamins, most commonly zinc or calcium. But
Look at 'em
unless
cook,
your
look at 'em.
entire nail turns white and you experience any pain, these markings will usually go away on their own, so there's no reason to worry. Say prunes! Before you have your photograph taken, you should expect to hear the oh-so-familiar phrase, say cheese.
Cheese.
But back in the day, prunes were on the menu instead. In the 1800s, most people weren't comfortable smiling due to a general lack of good dental hygiene, which meant they didn't have very attractive teeth. Having your photograph taken was also considered a luxury and was treated with a good
Fair.
deal of seriousness, meaning a big, cheesy grin was seen as childish. So, photographers in British
makes sense.
studios in the 1840s told people to say prunes to keep their mouths taut instead. And that predates today's fish-faced pout by about 180 years. By the mid-20th
Jeez.
century, photography had
180
become
years.
much faster, cheaper, and more casual. Plus, people had better teeth. So when Kodak started
Next
making cameras
time
in the US,
I'm taking a
which
pic
ordinary
or a
people could
selfie,
afford to
I'm
buy,
100%
they
saying
marketed them
prunes.
with
Because
photographs
low
of
key,
smiling
I'm bringing it
faces.
back.
Former ambassador Joseph E. Davies was the one to come up with the idea to say cheese as the perfect formula for an instant smile. And the rest is history. A flaming hot invention. In 2019,
Wait,
Flaming Hot Cheetos
I
were
swear this
declared
was a
America's favorite snack
accident.
brand for the third consecutive year. But what if I told you that the super addictive snack nearly didn't exist at
cook.
all? In 1976,
Hey.
18-year-old Richard Montañez was hired as a janitor at a Frito-Lay plant in Rancho Cucamonga, California. The position paid $4 an hour with benefits, and Montañez's wife filled out the application for him because he struggled to read and write. While on the job, Montañez noted that a broken machine on the Cheetos assembly line had spat out a batch of plain Cheetos without the cheese powder dust. Montañez took the Cheetos home and dusted them with chili powder.
Ooh, wee! He didn't realize the waves he was about to make. Boy.
Montañez first pitched the idea to former PepsiCo CEO Roger Enrico over the phone and was given 2 weeks to prepare a presentation to the executive suite. Of course, it was an instant hit. Montañez went on to become an executive vice president at PepsiCo North America and is now a best-selling author and motivational speaker. What an inspiration!
Man, this guy is a legend. Technically, he stole from the company, but we digress because he paid it back tenfold. He took his hot Cheeto flavor, which is like a spicy flavor, and took it to the company and was like, yo, I got this great idea. Let's make millions off of it and make him partner while you're at it.
CHOC the difference. If there's one thing Americans and Europeans will always bicker over, it's chocolate. If you've sampled both sides, there's no denying that chalky tastes totally different across the pond. But why? The simple answer is different regulations. Firstly, European chocolate is technically creamier because it requires a minimum of at least 14% dry milk solids, while the minimum amount in the US is 12%. Euro chocolate is also slightly richer because it's required to contain at least 3.5% milk fat compared to the 3.39% needed in the US. What's more, European chocolate is, well, just more chocolatey. That's because it also has a higher requirement for cocoa content, which gives bars their deep flavor. But that's not the only reason why Europeans love to hate American chocolate. You see, Hershey's also uses a special ingredient that sets it apart from the rest: butyric acid.
Okay. What am I reacting to? Why am I reacting to chocolate? I am not big on chocolate. I don't. It's not my cup of tea. You know, it's not something I like to eat. I don't know. I just don't like the flavor. I don't know. But I guess they kind of explained that why I probably don't like the flavor, the tinge. Anyways, I will admit this once because I do like European chocolates. I don't know why I said that. I do like European chocolates. It's something I enjoy every now and then when I get my hands on some European chocolate. It's pretty fantastic. No tinge. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. I need to know if you guys want me to react to some chocolate, because I might very well do it. You never know, though I may not like it.
Dunce caps for smart people. At one point in the Middle Ages, the dunce cap we now associate with idiocy and punishment was actually a symbol of respected scholars. It all began with master philosopher and metaphysical thinker John Duns Scotus, whose name later lent itself to the phrase dunce cap. Scotus was a proponent of the use of pointy hats, believing they would somehow act as a reverse funnel for knowledge, with wisdom flowing into the pointed tip and spreading to the brain below. These hats were also popular among his followers, known as dunsmen, and therefore became a signifier of high intelligence. But by the mid-16th century, popular thought had begun to turn against Scotus, and the dunsmen came to be associated with idiocy instead. Naturally, their pointy hats were adopted as a symbol of stupidity and found their way into elementary school classrooms, where they were used to traumatize and humiliate kids until the late 1950s.
I mean, that never happened to me, but then again, I never grew up in the 1950s. But that's besides the point, because this man got done dirty. He was a man of brilliance, and because of his fashionable sense, they did some savage maneuvers and said he was not so smart because of his style. That is messed up, and personally, I wouldn't have it, because that would have been an attack on me.
Space booze. Drifting 10,000 light years from Earth
Space
in a constellation far, far away is a massive
booze.
cloud of alcohol. The cloud, which was discovered in 1995 near the constellation Aquila, is 1,000 times larger than the diameter of our solar system. What's more, it contains enough ethyl alcohol to fill 400 trillion pints of beer.
Whoa.
Anyone got a rocket I can borrow? Sadly, the cloud is 50 quadrillion miles away,
what we saying?
so an interstellar pub crawl is probably off the cards. What's more, it contains a cocktail of 32 compounds, and some, like carbon monoxide, hydrogen cyanide, and ammonia, aren't so desirable. Another alcohol cloud, called Sagittarius B2, also holds 10 billion billion liters of mostly methanol alcohol, which is used in antifreeze and windshield wiper fluid. But how did this cosmic hooch get up there? Well, if the conditions are just right, simple alcohol compounds can form completely naturally in space, often on the surface of bits of floating space dust. As this dust moves within the high-energy vicinity of celestial bodies, like stars, the alcohol is forced to separate from the dust, forming massive alcohol clouds, which then float off, presumably to get some aliens very drunk. I wonder if space booze goes well with moon cheese.
All I'm saying is, Elon Musk, take me to space. Pinpoint the right cloud, because I want to throw a party. Be the #1 party in the galaxy, if you know what I mean. Anyways, leave it a comment in the comment section down below if you think this party will bang like the Big Bang. Until next time, peace.